My name is Aydin Biriktir. I was born in Turkey. From Ust-Kamenogorsk, my friend invited me to visit. I am going to Kazakhstan. My name is Shaban Joskun. I live in Kazakhstan. I have a friend in Turkey, Aydin Biriktir. I invited him to visit Ust-Kamenogorsk. My name is Aydin Biriktir. I was born in Turkey. I live in Istanbul city. In Kazakhstan, I have a friend named Shaban Biriktir. He invited me to Ust-Kamenogorsk.
Tarihçilerin ifade ettiğine göre İstanbul'un tarihi 300 bin yıla kadar dayanmaktadır.
There are a lot of cities with an ancient history in the world, but my Istanbul is special. According to the words of the historians at the place where Istanbul is now, people lived 300,000 years ago. Istanbul has been the capital of Turkey for 1600 years. The history of Istanbul can be divided into 5 main parts. Its prehistoric times, the Byzantine Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire, the Ottoman and Turkish Republic. Given that Istanbul is one of the most ancient cities, different languages, religions, and cultures intertwine here. The ancient mosques and churches, modern buildings and bright lights, people of different nationalities, tourists, the city gives its love to all. The city of Istanbul is often called a city on 7 hills. Among the residents of my city, you cannot often find fat people. This is because when you walk through the streets of Istanbul or have to go up or down, this allows Istanbul residents to always keep themselves in good physical shape. The capital of Turkey is Ankara, and Istanbul is the cultural and economic capital. In Istanbul, there are 2 cathedrals named Hagia Sophia, big and small. Now you can see a small temple which was built in 1527. Later, during the reign of Sultan Bayezid, the 2nd cathedral was restored. Due to the tropical climate in Istanbul, there are a lot of palm trees. In this town, you can find very old military installations. One of the most popular souvenirs from Turkey is considered to be a handmade bag, decorated with national ornaments. In Istanbul, as in any old city, there are a lot of narrow streets. These stone-paved roadways let you feel the soul of the ancient city. This is Sultan Ahmet Square. Here we spend our free time, and visitors of Istanbul really like it. These girls were so tired from walking that they decided just to sleep here. In Sultan Ahmet Square, there is a mosque, which is known as the Blue Mosque. There's a large number of believers who perform namaz. Istanbul is a very beautiful city, and there are enough interesting sites, both historical and architectural. And next to them, there are always places where you can eat. These are roasted chestnuts and corn. The aroma of cooking chestnuts is carried along the streets, making pedestrians very hungry. One of the features of Istanbul are the old gazebos, where there are small fountains. You can quench your thirst here. The water is clean and very tasty. Istanbul is an ancient city. Many years ago, the Crusaders rode horses here on these streets. The Turkish soldiers and now modern cars and of course Istanbul trams ride these streets. Let's ride the tram. In order to take a ride in the tram, you need to buy a token and pass through the turnstile.
Camiler günde 5 defa
This mosque is a
namazlarını
place where
kılıyorlar.
5-time prayers take place.
Ancak cuma günleri, cuma namazlarında çok yoğun bir kalabalık oluyor.
During Friday prayers, more believers come into the mosque and they cannot fit inside the mosque. Therefore, they pray on the street next to the mosque, and nobody tries to interrupt them.
Namazlarını kılabilmektedir. Ve bu hiç kimse tarafından yazılmamaktadır. İstanbul Üniversitesi Türkiye'nin en köklü üniversitelerindendir. Osmanlı döneminde
Istanbul University is one of the first schools that was built during the Ottoman Empire in the style of the European universities. Initially, it was called Darülfünun. Then it was renamed to Istanbul University. On the square in front of the university, there are a lot of pigeons. People relax here and feed the pigeons. It's very good for resting here. There's a beautiful view from the university, and many pigeons create a good mood for you. This is Kapalı Çarşı.
Kapalı Çarşı İstanbul'un merkezinde bulunan çok eski tarihi olan bir çarşıdır. Kapalı Çarşı'da
Kapalı Çarşı Market is located in the heart of Istanbul. It has 4,000 shops, 25,000 employees as well. It is visited by more than 91 million people a year.
bu Kapalı Çarşı
Here you can buy different high-quality things for a good price.
Kapalı Çarşı'da
On Kapalı Çarşı Market, you can buy souvenirs such as models of the most famous monuments of Istanbul.
dostlarınıza hediye götürebilirsiniz. Kapalı Çarşı'nın
Next to
hemen yanında
Kapalı
bulunan
Çarşı
Osmanlı
Market,
Camii
there is a Nur Samiye Mosque.
Şehri gezerken birçok
I went into a small shop which sells lights and lamps in a traditional Oriental style. The variety of colors and magical light is simply mesmerizing.
simit
The samite is a bun covered with sesame seeds.
bir yiyecektir.
These fragrant soft buns are Istanbul's residents' favorite food,
Ticaretle uğraşan insanlar
especially for
sabah
breakfast.
kahvaltısında tercih
Typically,
edilen
chocolate or cheese is added to this bun. It is a good addition for tea.
ve çikolata olduğunda çok güzel bir kahvaltı oluşturmaktadır. Dikili taşlar İstanbul'un tarihinde çok önemli yer tutmaktadır. Hatta İstanbul'un tarihini yansıtan eserlerden biri olarak görülebilir.
In Istanbul, there are many old towns and obelisks, and birds fly around them. There are many citizens that are relaxing and feeding the pigeons.
Kuşlara yemler vermektedirler. Bu da insanları mutlu etmektedir.
Which Turkish person does not like to play drums? There are special Turkish drums that you can carry with you. Right on the street, in the small shops, Turkish national drums are being sold, darbuka. Here you can select the darbuka for all tastes, small, large, and a different variety of colors. A good gift to yourself or to your friends.
Bir darbuka getirebilirsiniz. Yine İstanbul'u gezerken
I love to eat
birçok
good food,
kıraathane ve
especially
kahvehanede
I like Turkish
rastlamak
cuisine.
mümkündür.
You can enjoy the taste of our national cuisine in small restaurants and in cafes that are located on the streets.
Çay içtiği,
Earlier, Istanbul cafes had more visitors. Now there are less of them, but they are still, as before, a favorite place for residents and
daha
tourists.
çok turistlerin gelip oturduğu, dinlendiği
As before,
yerler
street
var.
cafes attract passers-by with delicious flavors and colorful design dishes.
Bu kafelerden gelen nefis yemek kokuları güzel görüntüleriyle birlikte misafirleri kendine çekmektedir.
In different countries, they call this dish differently. Some places they call it sharma, and some other places they call it sharema. Our Turkish donyel is very popular in Kazakhstan. My friend Shaban Bey told me about it.
Ve dünya
Donyel is one of the most popular dishes of the Turkish cuisine in the world.
döner
Donyel in Turkish means to spin.
bu isim verilmiştir. Dönerek pişirildiği için.
Meat while preparing is spinning on a spindle.
Döner kesildikten sonra ekmek arasına
On the flatbread goes meat from skews, salad, onions, ketchup, and mayonnaise that are stacked together.
birlikte ekmeğin arasına doldurularak yenebilir. İsteğe göre ketçap ile
It turns out to be very tasty.
bu şekilde çok tatlı ve güzel bir yiyecektir. Yine şehri gezerken çok güzel süslenmiş, enfes
Walking through the streets of Istanbul in the windows, you can see a variety of pastries.
fındıklısı, fıstıklısı ve cevizlisi olmak üzere birçok tatlı çeşidi
and cakes that look very beautiful and appetizing.
süsleriyle
I just want to eat it all.
misafirleri beklemektedir.
One of the Istanbul decorations is Sultan Ahmet Square. It is always full of people.
Tarafında görülen dikili taş
In the area of Sultan Ahmet, there are two obelisks.
tarihini yansıtan bir dikili taş.
The obelisk, which is brought from south of Egypt by the second of Theodosius, was put in this area.
Sultanahmet Meydanı'na dikilmiş, çok eski tarihi olan bir dikili taştır. Yılanlı taş, 3 tane yılanın
This is a
birbirine
snakeskin pillar.
bu şekilde oluşturulmuş tarihi bir dikili taştır.
3 snakes entwine the pillar.
Örme dikili taş,
This obelisk was built in the 10th century AD by the Emperor Constantine, the seventh honor of the victories of his grandfather. Its height is 32 meters.
32 metre boyundadır. Yılanlı dikili taşın yılan başı.
The snakes that entwined the pillar used to have 3 heads, which looked in different directions. Over time, they are gone,
Yılan başları kaybolmuştur zaman içinde.
and only one head is saved, which is in the Archaeological Museum of Istanbul.
Sergilenmektedir.
This is Hagia Sophia.
Sultanahmet Meydanı'nda Ayasofya
Between the Blue
Camisi
Mosque and
ile
Hagia Sophia,
Sultanahmet
there is a
Camisi
mountain.
arasında çok güzel bir havuz
It has a
var.
magnificent view, beautiful air, which jets of a fountain that creates and attracts tourists and residents of
Hem
Istanbul.
de etrafa yaymış olduğu serinlikten dolayı insanlar bu havuzun etrafında oturmakta ve güzel vakit geçirmektedirler. Bu havuz geceleri çok
At night, the
rengarenk
fountain is
ışıklarla
illuminated with colorful lights that attract fans to take pictures
yerli yabancı turistler bu havuzun
in the
önünde
most beautiful
fotoğraf
places of
çekip
Istanbul.
son derece keyif almaktadırlar. Yine şehri dolaşırken birçok noktada taş ocaklarını ve bu taş ocaklarında
Right on the street and open windows, you can see how in a cafe the Turkish bread called gizemi is made.
önünde, kadınlar tarafından canlı canlı
It is prepared in a tandoor.
ve taş ocaklarında pişirilerek sıcak sıcak servis edilmektedir. Şu anda görmekte olduğunuz gibi
Every passerby can watch how it's being cooked.
gözlemeleri kendi elleriyle açıp
And there's also a different kind of gizemi. The woman rolls the batter and then fries the delicious cakes on a hot plate.
sonrasında da sıcak sıcak servis yapmaktadırlar. Sokaklardan geçerken çok çeşitli yiyecekler
Turkish sweets are also cooked right in front of the passersby.
Şu anda görüldüğü gibi fırında pişen taze
After
sıcak
cooking in the oven,
yiyecekler
they will be ready for
sokaktan
visitors at
geçerken
cafes.
hemen alıp yiyebileceğiniz şekilde servis edilmektedir. Burası
This is
Gohane
Gohane Park.
İstanbul'da gezilmesi gereken
I love to walk
yerlerden
in
bir
Gohane
tanesi de
Park.
Gülhane Parkı'dır. Gülhane Parkı'na
An interesting
ilerlerken
book welcomes you
sizi,
at the entrance of the park.
Suyla
Here it looks like the
sayfalı
pages are turning
hoş
out of the
geldiniz
water.
levhası karşılayacaktır. Gülhane Parkı'nı gezerken irili ufaklı
The park has a lot of fountains and picturesque bridges.
görülmektedir. Yine bu havuzların üstünde küçük köprücükler vardır. Yine ağaçların
The trees have huge bird
barınabileceği
nests.
kuş yuvaları mevcuttur. Gülhane Parkı'nda atlı polislerle karşılaşmak.
Gohane Park has its own mounted police, which is carrying out its duties and also taking pictures with tourists.
Gelen turistlerle de fotoğraf çektirebiliyorlar.